Hey everybody, yeah, it's time for another edition of Keith's Beer Reviews. Not had good luck today. I went to one park, and as soon as I set up and got ready to get started, a couple of guys showed up with those god-awful gas-powered weed whackers, and so I left, came to another park, and every place I usually do a review, there was somebody mowing, either a push mower or a riding mower or a big ass tractor. And so I'm down here one place, but hopefully you can maybe hear the mowers off in the background, but they're not as close as they were. But hopefully I can get one uninterrupted anyway. Today I'm gonna do a beer that I've bypassed for several years. For those of you who watch me for any length of time, you know I'm not a big fan of fruit beers, but I hadn't seen it in my local store so far this year, and on my out-of-town trip the other day, I said, what the heck, and I went ahead and picked up a 4-pack of the Founders, I guess Rübæus. It's a pure raspberry ale. Like I said, never had it before. From the website, it says, not another boring summer wheat beer or lemonade shandy. Well, thank goodness for the shandy or the rattlers. I'm not a big fan of those either. Rübæus is Founder's way to celebrate the season's warmest months, optimizing the flavor of fresh raspberries added at multiple stages during fermentation. This stunning berry red masterpiece is the perfect balance of sweet and tart. No question about it, with a hefty malt bill and a 5.7% ABV, this beer is 100% Founders. Like I said, 5.7%, 15 IBUs, says availability May to August. So let's get this raspberry ale in a glass. Oh, a little bit of smoke actually, a little hiss, a little bit of smoke. Use my Founders glass, sent to me by my friend Tony over at Mediocre Reviews and Awesome Brews. I wish he'd start doing reviews again. We got a nice, that's a ruby red, just a finger, maybe a pinky of a like almost pinkish foam, light pink, kind of frothy looking. Odd looking for a beer, that's for sure. So let's get a nose on it. Well, it's raspberries. Definitely slightly dank maybe, but mostly fresh raspberries. That's pretty much all I'm getting. I'm not getting any malts, no hops. Just raspberries, but that's what they say it is. It's a raspberry ale, but at least it doesn't smell artificial. I'll give it that. It doesn't smell artificial. It smells like real fresh raspberries, and so the care they've taken with that really makes a difference. That's for sure. Let's get a taste. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a. You ever had those sweet tarts? You know what they're like. It's kind of a sweet tart. Raspberry flavor. There just may be a little malt sweetness in there. I'm not getting any hints of hops coming through. The berries do come through on a pretty strong sweet note, but they taste like they smell. I mean, they taste natural, not medicinal or artificial. So at least it tastes like actual fresh fruit and not some artificial fruit candy or anything like that. It starts off really sweet, and then kind of a tartness kicks in towards the finish. Slightly tart near the finish, but it sort of falls off after a bit, and it leaves just a bit of a almost odd aftertaste of pale malt and and kind of a dank raspberry flavor. But again, it's still a fresh flavor. You can tell it's made with fresh fruit, so it's kind of a medium light body with a light moderate carbonation. Doesn't seem to be a ton of carbonation streaming up in there, and almost a slightly syrupy feel. So let me sit. I will sit and sip on this a while, and I'll come back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's another gorgeous day today for mid-July. Just no humidity. It's upper 70s. It might get close to 80 after that. What they call poor man's polar vortex came through. You know, on a few places, I think we were near some record lows, but never hit any. I think a couple places even tied them or maybe set a new one, but you know, they didn't shatter any records or anything. But you know, but it's slowly warming up. Supposed to be mid 80s, maybe close to 90 again by the weekend, but still a good day and no humidity, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm not all that disappointed with this beer. I'm not a big fruit beer fan, but I mean, it's clearly a fruit dominated drink. It's hardly recognizable as a beer. I mean, it's not complicated. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty one-dimensional. Pretty one note. You know, it's a raspberry drink. I almost hesitate to call it a beer, but that's what it is. It's brewed as a beer, so it's but it's enjoyable. I mean, if you like raspberries, it's a good, definitely be a good summer beer. Although just a little sweet for my taste. Personally, if I were just going to give this a rating just on my personal taste, I'd probably give it about a 5. But for what they've done and what I know they're trying to do, and particularly for the freshness, I mean, there are no, you know, I've had fruit beers that tasted like, you know, like cheap fruit candy and stuff, and you can tell, you know, they used fresh berries, and you can taste the freshness in this. And so for this, I'm going to give the founders Rübæus Pure Raspberry Ale, as they call it. I'm going to give it a good solid 8 out of 10. I think it's a, you know, decent drinkable beer if you like that sort of thing, which, as you know, I'm not real fond of, but decent drinkable beer, so 8 out of 10. So till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.